milk house. My husband's built me a closet for my dahlia tubers for the winter. We have it insulated and a light bulb down at the bottom if we have to turn it on for some heat. I keep all my dahlias in bags. I put their names, and I've used, little sawdust chips to kind of keep them from drying out too much. That's the way I do it. I have my basket that we're going to take out. We're going to go out to the garden. I've got trowel. My husband's already dug the holes and put in the stakes, and so this is just in case I need to make it a little bigger. And he's made me little tags out of, I don't know, aluminum or something. And I've got wires that I can attach to the labels to the stakes. I can't think and talk at the same time. So I'm going to take some colors here and come on out with me. Let's go out to the garden and plant. Now I am getting a new one that I haven't had before. This one is Colwood Crush. BB means the size of the blooms are going to be 4 to 6 inches. Lacerated, so that means it has these little pointy edges. And it's going to be orange, and it's going to be a 4-foot tall plant. And I bought it because this is absolutely eye-catching. Stands out in the garden. So now I'm going to take my little aluminum tag and I put that wire on it. And I use a little nail, just like a pencil, and I write Colwood Crush. And then I'm going to put on here O for orange, and then I'll know that. Then what I do, I take this twisty, I should have got a brighter color, and I take a few twists tight, that, and then that keeps that away from the stake. I'll put the stake on like that. So I'm going to go put this on to where I was working. So here we are out in my garden, and John's put in all these posts, well, stakes, and dug little holes for me. And I'm pulling out, this one is called Winds Pretty in Pink. So I pull it out, and I keep it in sawdust in the winter, and I dust it with I forget what. And I have its label from last year on it. It was new last year, so I haven't vet it. But let me show you the little starts that are coming out. See, here's a start, here's a start. There's another little start, and these tubers need to be attached to this piece, and someday I'll learn how to cut it apart, but I was afraid of hurting it too much. So this next year it'll get bigger and I can take a shovel or a knife, and cut it up. But anyway, let's get this baby in some dirt. So you just dig, and I'm going to try to put these close to the stake. Sorry about the ugly glasses, but I gotta see what I'm doing. So then I fill in the small dirt. If I have a clump like this, I crush it up, because you gotta get it underneath, so the soil touches all around it. You know what? I bet I could put this baby deeper. So I feel like a dog. Really good dark dirt, and that's a little better. Fill that around, and you don't water them after you put them in, or else they'll rot. You have to wait for the ground to get warm. I think like 65 degrees. I don't know if my dirt's that warm, but it's May, anywhere from May 1st to May 15th in this area you can put it in. They don't like frost. Or that kills the green at the top. That's my old broccoli. Another broccoli. And then you get a big old clump, and I just stab it. If it dries out, it gets too hard. I kind of crush it up. Pat it down good. Then you take its little label Make sure that it read right. Wind's pretty in pink. And I put it through a little hole, and then I do a couple of twists. And then I put it around. These are bamboo. In fact, we grew the bamboo. And then I just twist it on. And then when the plant gets this big or bigger, I can reach in here and I know at the top will be its name. Because I forget some of their names. I don't know how many I've got in here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rows of at least 10 stakes per row. So that's 80 plants. So I don't have anybody else in this bag. So I go to the next bag, and this one's going to be Camino Mystery. So, I think this was another new one from last year. So it has a tag too. Shake the sawdust off. Ooh, this one has a big start. Can you see that? As I fall down. See, look at this big start coming up. And see, and then I've got the tag, and I've written like with a nail or something to indent the metal, and then I have this little wire, so I can use that for several years. And so I plant it, you know, right up about that deep. So let's get it in. Put it near the stake. Get the small, well-tilled up dirt. I don't put too much manure or anything in here because if you get too much nitrogen, it goes all to leaves, and you want to make flowers. So, now in. This is kind of messy from my broccoli. And then I just kind of straighten out the wires, put it on the top, and twist. And there you go. And then I gotta break this up. So you can take out all your aggressions. And I don't know, it'll take about 2 weeks to come up. Then what we do, and I should show you these planted rows that I have on this side. I'll get on the camera and you'll be able to see that we take our grass clippings from when we mow the lawn, and we got a lot of lawn, and we mulch it all, and that chokes out all the weeds. And here comes the grass over where I've planted the peas and the onions and lettuces. And then tonight my husband just finished tilling up that part. So when I get ready to do my squash and my corn, my warm crops, there's my chives. And they come up there every year. And my volunteer parsley, that this year it's going to go to seed because it's a 2-year plant. It goes to seed the 2nd year. And here are my raspberries. So I'm very happy about them. I've got to go in and get way more dahlias. And all those stakes need to be planted. So, when it gets big enough, when they get about this big, then I start tying them, and then they get this big, I tie them again, because I'll get big south winds and everything just breaks, and then you're mad. Did all that work and the thing broke. I want it to stay moist when I water it in the summer. I put down, I'll put down on top of all this, especially before they come up, while they're little, I'll lay out my soaker hoses, and then it just soaks, it doesn't get the leaves wet or anything. I don't know if that really matters, but it keeps down the disease. Let's see. I think I'm only going to plant 2 because I have so many new ones that I bought. I got kind of carried away. It's like going into Ulta. You end up buying more than you thought you would. So I got more dahlia colors. This year I was looking for pink and red, and I got a bazillion of them. So let's put this guy in. This guy can go back in. I'll give him to a girlfriend. So I'm going to go get another color, and I'll just keep planting. So now it's the next morning. There's the garlic coming up. And the shallots there in the middle, and garlic we planted this spring. The first garlic was what we planted in the fall, because that's when you're supposed to plant it. Here's our little cold frame. It's full of arugula and parsley, gone to seed, which is good. And I finished all the dahlias this morning. Out here at 7:30, got the rest of them planted. There's 93 holes dug and planted. Sometimes there's 3 of the same plant, sometimes there's just 1 because I bought new ones. Here's parsley that was, seeded, came up last year and we ate, and the chives. And here's the nice tilled stuff and the raspberries. Let's go over here. I love this mulched path. We use all our lawn clippings on it, like I told you. And here is, well, here's my potatoes, little baby. Let's see if I can come in here. Little baby potatoes coming up. And the grass. And dill. And by rototilling all the time, now we have mint everywhere. So, and let's see, there's the little green onions. And that's it. I am done for the day. I'm going to go in and maybe I'll have an iced coffee. Come on and join me. Let's go sit in the shade.